Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
The battle for the top four in the English Premier League is getting hotter, and I tell you sincerely, the teams from third position down to the eighth position can still qualify for the Champions League. The top four is what they are fighting for. I am FM Karika, and I say welcome to another wonderful episode of the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Insured. Certainly, I will be doing it alone. I have by my side Kaka. Welcome to this wonderful episode this weekend.
Good to be here again, brother. How are you doing?
Very fine. Yes, people, let's get down straight to business. Let's see the outcome of our games from last weekend. So big congratulations to all those who follow our predictions religiously. I want to say do like, share, and subscribe. You can also put on the notification button to see more content whenever it drops from us. And now, straight to business for this weekend, week 33, yes, match 33, of course, in the English Premier League. And the first game we'll be talking about is the game between Everton and Manchester City. It seems some managers are made for some particular club, and David Moyes have been wonderful for Everton since he came back there. Man City will be taking a trip to the Goodison Park to face Everton on match 33.
Yeah, sometimes they say don't go back to your ex.
Of course.
But it's not the case here so far it's not the case for David Moyes and Everton. I mean, they've been in fantastic form, and kudos to them. They got over the line against Nottingham Forest.
Yes, a fantastic win.
Yeah, just in the 94th minutes. So, I mean, coming into this one, Goodison Park, you will know how it is for so-called big teams when they come there. I mean, Everton, they are so compact. They are so organized defensively, and that is one of those things that has helped them. One of those things that David Moyes brought back, the stability, especially with Tarkowski at the back. And so, yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult. It's always difficult for teams to get points at Goodison Park. But Manchester City, they showed why they were champions against Crystal Palace as well, coming back from 2 to go to win that one 5-2 last week. I mean, that was a big turnaround. Kudos to, I mean, you could still see De Bruyne. I mean, still there.
De Bruyne is De Bruyne.
Exactly. So when coming into this one, I think it might be a little bit difficult, and there might not be a lot of goals, but I think Manchester City probably edge this one.
Of course, Manchester City probably will edge at this one. And now, people, let's get to see our prediction for this game. Yes, so Manchester City certainly look like the team that will eventually make it to the top four at the end of the season. Now to the second game, Ipswich will be at home to host Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, with 6 games to go, a team that is really doing well, of course, in Europe. Everybody is talking about Declan Rice, and then they'll be going to a team that is already looking likely down to the championship. Arsenal will be taking a trip to Ipswich.
Last week, Mikel Arteta actually made probably more or less just give up on the league. I mean, he said it might be impossible to win. I mean, we all know that for probably a few weeks ago now, but he's just trying to, just rally around his boys and just tell them to keep going. The point is the gap is wide, and I think they just probably need to just dust themselves up and probably end the season on a high. And I think going to Ipswich, a team that's probably doomed for relegation already, I think they probably get the 3 points.
Of course, they will probably get all the 3 points in this one. Will the Gunners have enough bullets in their gun going to this one? Ipswich versus Arsenal. Let's see our prediction for this game. Now, to two teams that are really battling for a spot. Yes, anybody can still qualify with the remaining 6 games. Fulham, of course, will be taking on Chelsea. Another game to watch out for this weekend. Enzo Maresca, of course, this season, the team have been inconsistent, but then so far, I would say Enzo Maresca has done well.
Yeah, he has, although he has come under a bit of scrutiny probably since the turn of the year. And they probably look likely to win the Conference League, and
they are the strongest team there.
Exactly, they look set to win that one hopefully. And coming into this one with Fulham actually have the chance to do the double over Chelsea in a long while. They did beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Probably that was probably what kickstarts their inconsistency this season, and that loss. In the 90-something minutes there. Coming into this one at Craven Cottage, it has been a word we've used with Chelsea since the turn of the year. Inconsistency, and I think Enzo Maresca did something that I was probably not I was not fine with.
Okay.
He made it so clear at the start of it. I think there was a point, they were 3 points behind Liverpool.
I said they are not actually vying for the title.
He kept mentioning they are not ready for title. They are not. I think that was probably one of the reasons, for me, I think that was probably one of the reasons It might be telling them something else. Behind the scene and probably in the dressing room.
Coming to the public to say that.
To say that he probably gives the player some kind of, non-motivation whatsoever. And the fans, Chelsea is one team that you have to fight for. They fight for titles every now and then. Probably they might say they are in the rebuilding process and all of that. Yeah. This is April, and Chelsea have not won a single game away from home. And it says a lot about their away from. And coming into this one, I probably at worst they probably get a draw again. I actually don't see them getting the 3 points at the Craven Cottage.
Of course, you said that they might probably get a draw. A draw will be like the best result that they can get from this one. But then I tell you, if Fulham can qualify for the Europa League, what a season they will have had. People, let's get to see our prediction for this game between Fulham and Chelsea. Now to another game that will be dropping prediction on the game between Manchester United and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Of course, Ruben Amorim have been having it tough this season so far. Andre Onana already benched for the last game. He was actually out of the team, and I tell you, a Wolverhampton Wanderers team that is already looking likely to stay in the English Premier League. Old Trafford, in place where Manchester United haven't really held their own, and they have been losing there. What will Wolverhampton Wanderers do in this one? Matheus Cunha, it's a player that Manchester United is looking to sign, of course, coming. He might want to really make a statement in this one.
Okay, yeah, he might want to do that. And, Old Trafford over the years have actually been like theater of nightmares for teams to come. But in recent years, it's not been the case.
Of course.
I think Manchester United should actually win this one, but you don't know the Manchester United to expect. Teams are not afraid.
If inconsistent was like a team, it will be Manchester United.
Teams are not afraid to go at them. They know that they have their chances against them. You could say over and over again that Ruben Amorim is trying to probably find his balance. He's trying to find his best players for the best positions. He probably knows the best formation he wants to use. He probably doesn't have majority of the players he wants at his disposal. So you could say probably that as well. But how long do we keep giving him excuses? Manchester United is Manchester United at the end of the day. They have quality players all over the field. They might not deliver, but at the end of the day, these are matches you expect Manchester United to win on paper.
Of course, they should win this one. People, the game between Manchester United and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let's see our prediction for this game. Another team that has been having it tough for this season is Tottenham Hotspurs, and of course, Angel Postecoglou has been under a lot of scrutiny. They will be at home to host Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest so far have had a fantastic season, and the last one it ended 1-0 in favour of Nottingham Forest. Will Tottenham Hotspur have their revenge over Nottingham Forest in this one?
Yeah, they have the chance to, but it's getting to the business end of the season now, and Nottingham Forest, considering the fact that they would love, I mean, given the fact that they've done so well over the course of the season, to stay in the top 3, top 4 for so long.
Third position.
They've stayed there for so long, and it's looking likely that, they've been inconsistent over the past few games, and teams are catching up with them. Well, coming into this one, I think they probably get a draw from Tottenham. Tottenham, you could say, for all their exploits in Europe, they've been so inconsistent. So coming into this one, I think Nottingham Forest probably gets something out of this one.
Of course, Nottingham Forest will probably get something out of this one. People, let's get to see our prediction for the game between Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest. Now to the next game, guys. Leicester City already preparing for life in the championship. They will be playing against the champions elect, talking about Liverpool. Liverpool looking to really get down to this one and actually wear their crown as the champions in the English Premier League this season. Will Leicester City, be able to really hold their own against Liverpool in this game?
Everybody at this point would probably not want Liverpool to win the title at their ground, but I think Liverpool needs about 2 games, probably 6 points thereabouts, to mathematically be crowned champion. And this is one of the games you expect them to win easily. And with the morale down at Leicester City, then you probably fancy Liverpool in this one.
Of course, Liverpool looking likely to be crowned a champion at the end of the day, and this is one of the games that they are expected to win. Guys, let's see our prediction for the game between Liverpool and Leicester City. Leicester City will be at home. Now, guys, let's see the remaining of our picks from the English Premier League for this weekend. The remaining games that will be going down in the English Premier League. Let's get to see them. Hey there. Are you struggling with your predictions and losing money week in, week out? Here is the solution. Sign up on www.betensure.com and get interesting predictions across all sports on our platform. It even gets interesting if you subscribe to our packages there. An expert will be assigned to you to help you in making the right picks and get more wins. So, you sign up on www.betensure.com right now. And of course, guys, let's see our bonus picks from the Italian Serie A and the Spanish La Liga. Fantastic games. Of course, there too, they are actually winding down to the end of the season. Let's get to see them. And that's not all on the Ensure Zone podcast for this weekend. We still have our 20 odds weekend banker on one expert, specially created by our expert for this weekend. Let's see them. Now, before we say our goodbyes on the Ensure Zone podcast for today, Kaka, let me put you on the spot. which game in the Europe top 5 leagues do you think there will be an upset?
We don't have to go far. I think it's probably the London derby. Chelsea going to the Craven Cottage. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham get the win there.
You think Fulham will do the double over Chelsea?
Yeah, I think so.
And what scoreline are you looking at?
2-1.
2-1 in favor of Fulham.
Yeah.
2-1 in favor of Fulham. Let's see if that will be the scoreline at the end of the day, people. This is where we drop the curtain on the Shawzo podcast for this weekend. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and also put on the notification button for more content whenever it drops on this channel. And right here on the Shawzo podcast, remember, we don't just predict the future, we ensure it. Bye for now.